There's no doubt that smartphones will get even smarter. In the middle of the 2000s, mobile phones could only do a tiny fraction of what they can do today. And now, there'll be no shortage of new smartphone features to keep us hooked on our small digital devices. So sit back and relax as we discuss 12 possible features that are set to be part of our smartphones in the near future. Starting with number 12. Photonic crystal display. Even though most smartphone screens can show a wide range of colors with a lot of saturation, they don't adapt well to different lighting conditions. But research and development departments might have a solution for this problem in the form of photonic crystals. Instead of giving off bright light like LCD or OLED displays, a photonic crystal display has nanostructures that change and adapt based on how much light is in the room. Even though the photonic screen needs an outside light source to be seen, this could easily be built into the phone, just like in Kindle Paperwhite e-readers. Big boys like Apple and Google have been putting a lot of money into photonics, which gives us an idea of how close this technology is to being on the market. Also in 2013, Samsung showed off the idea of a flexible phone with a photonic crystal display. So there's a good chance that these screens will start appearing in smartphones in the next few years. Then we have nanotech batteries at number 11. An Israeli tech company called StoreDot showed off a customized Samsung Galaxy S5 at Mobile World Congress in 2015. Now, this wasn't an ordinary S5. This one had a nanotechnology battery that could charge from 0 to 100% in less than a minute. Yep, that happened in 2015. The technology was made possible by researching how to treat Alzheimer's disease. Scientists learned from their study that the molecules that cause the disease, called peptides, have a very high capacitance, which makes them great little electrical storage units. The only problem is that the StoreDot battery only lasts about 2/3 as long as a regular lithium-ion smartphone battery. But the company shouldn't take too long to make the technology better. Seems like Tony Stark's invention is finally coming to life. Up next at number 10, liquid buttons. We all remember when most phones had physical keyboards, and any mobile device that didn't have one was considered out of date. But now it could be said that the opposite is true, as most people think that tactile keyboards look old-fashioned. Well, all that is about to change again because Tactus Technology has made a keyboard that looks like it came from an advanced alien civilization. Well, microfluidics technology moves small amounts of liquid into invisible pockets that rest over the typing pad on a smartphone. And when the user lifts the touchscreen keyboard, the pockets fill up with liquid immediately. This also raises the buttons physically. One good thing is that the technology already exists in a new form case for the iPad mini, but it wouldn't be surprising to see it built right into smartphones and tablets in the future. Moving on to number 9, headphone surround sound. People have been pretty critical of surround sound on headphones in the past, but now DTS is trying to shut the critics up with their new solution. With a 7.1 mobile audio for smartphones that promises to faithfully recreate the sound of specific listening environments with even the most basic pair of headphones, DTS is clear of all other tech companies trying to focus on their speakers. Even though there's still a long way to go before the system works with all sources, new smartphones with more processing power should be able to support the progress in audio technology. Now let's look at number 8, biometric authentication. Even though both the iPhone 6 and the Samsung Galaxy S6 use capacitive technology to read the ridges on our fingertips, this technology may not be as secure as it could be because it doesn't use as many data points. Qualcomm, a tech company that makes phones, has developed a new ultrasonic fingerprint scanner that uses a piezoelectric layer to make ultrasound. A piezo what? In addition to making a map of your finger, the scanner has a much higher resolution, which makes it more secure. Welcome to the future, we guess. Now, how can we forget virtual reality at number 7? Virtual reality headsets like Oculus Rift, PlayStation VR, and HTC Vive that already exist in the market have gotten most of the attention, but VR technology on smartphones hasn't gotten as much attention. Still, the new 4K displays in new smartphones in 2016 are perfect for VR apps. Once the phone's put into a head-mounted device, it acts as the VR headset screen, and the 4K resolution will help make the experience immersive and free of pixels. Of course, this may or may not be a good thing since many of us already hide behind our phones and don't pay attention to what's happening around us. Coming up next is graphene at number 6. Since 2004, when graphene was first used in real-world practice, almost everyone in the electronics industry has called it a wonder material. What makes it so special is that it's thin, light, flexible, and stronger than steel by more than 200 times. It's also one of the best materials for carrying electricity, which makes it perfect for use in electronics. And phone manufacturers experimenting with graphene have made a few big steps forward in recent months. But most importantly, Samsung's Advanced Institute of Technology, SAIT, made graphite in a way that kept its excellent electrical properties. We hope this makes it possible to make smartphones with flexible see-through screens in the next couple of years. Following up, no SIM cards at number 5. Even though manufacturers have tried to make SIM cards smaller, they still feel very much like a thing from the past. And as a matter of fact, Apple has just launched their latest iPhones without SIM slots in the United States. How it works is that if your phone has a programmable SIM card, you'll be able to switch between network providers anytime without asking for a new SIM card. This should be very helpful for anyone who wants to get a local number while traveling or living abroad. We don't think that's necessary though, but anyway, back to the future. Now at number 4, pressure-sensitive screens. With the Apple Watch's Force Touch, companies have shown that they can already make screens that can sense pressure. Controls that can tell the difference between a light tap and a hard press will give people even more ways to use their phones, which is great and caters to gamers mostly. Samsung has also filed a patent for a device called Touch Display Apparatus Sensing Force, which clearly uses the same technology. And in July 2015, the Chinese company ZTE showed off the ZTE Axon Mini, which also has a touchscreen that responds to pressure. Now let's look at flawless voice interaction at number 3. Voice interaction has been around for a while, and small improvements over time have led to the creation of virtual personal assistants and knowledge navigators like Apple Siri. That's only the tip of the iceberg though. The algorithms used in voice-assisted apps are getting better and better at a very fast rate. And since technology is getting better so quickly, it won't be long before AI is so smart that it seems to know what you'll say before you say it. Let's just hope that the people who make them remember to put Asimov's 3 laws of robotics into them, so that we don't become slaves to our phones. We don't want an iRobot situation going on. Not to mention innovative medical apps at number 2. Scientists have recently made an app called Athelis that uses a lens attachment to keep track of malaria and cancerous cells as they move through a patient's blood. These doctors are now looking for other ways that smartphones could be used to track highly contagious diseases like Ebola to learn more about how they move and spread. With these updates, diseases should be diagnosed in hours or even minutes, with the help of PCR, a cheap phone add-on that can tag and track pathogens in the blood. The data would then be sent from the phone automatically to an online database where other scientists can look at it. And when we add this new technology to other apps that can track things like blood pressure and heart rate, it's easy to see how smartphones could soon change how medical care is carried through. An apple a day keeps the doctor away? Finally, the feature we needed at number 1. Smart cameras. In 2015, Qualcomm showed off a camera that could figure out what it was looking at. The system compares things in the real world to a huge database of references stored on the device. And the best part is that you can teach the software to understand more and more. Something like a baby AI. This technology could have a huge potential and make it possible for cameras to do all kinds of smart and useful things in the real world. And with Google Photos, Google has also been making a kind of deep search identification software. Luckily for us, as camera hardware gets smaller and better, it seems inevitable that phones will come with this kind of feature. That's all for this video. What are your thoughts on these fascinating features? Are you excited for the future? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content in the future. Thanks for watching. See you next time.